suppose odds don't really matter anymore because we are into game 1. So we'll head over to that.
This guy totally knows.
And here we go again. I mean, this is a strat. You know, use the John X Fire voice lines against Talon. If they don't want to buy him, John, use it against.
Yeah, Bob knows, you know? Bob listens. See? It's a difference. No one listens. No one ever listens. I don't know why Bob decided to, but you know, it's all that loud talking in Japan, Mike. All the way back.
It was.
You enjoy that. You'd listen in from your hotel room.
All the time.
On the 8th floor.
Not by my own will. Let me tell you, it wasn't my choice. Moving on, Execration. I mean, looking for a fight here in the dire triangle. Of course, Talon, they've moved over to the far left side of the map, so seeing if they can catch somebody trying to cut down the tree line here for Ponyo, but that is not going to happen. I believe it was Gabby last series. They got caught cutting down that tree line prior to the bounty rune spawning and did give away first blood to Talon, but seems like Execration probably were watching that and will not be willing to give the opening over.
Yep. They do have that one advantage, right? As you mentioned, they already played. Their match was yesterday. That's when they played back-to-back matches today. They only have this match and maybe another match if they do move on. So they've had time to watch and observe Talon, try to adjust their strats and get some more info in, whereas Talon just came off the back of a series, might be feeling a little bit fatigued. We'll see how that plays in. You also have to remember Execration, for the most part, has been together a lot longer than the Talon stack has been. So they don't have to worry about being rattled as much, whereas Talon, again, back-to-back series can play a factor here. See, as the lanes break out, you do have Bob on that mid Monkey King up against Yoe on the Kunkka. And this should be fairly decent for Kunkka. Monkey does have some counterplay with Mischief, but beyond that, unless the Kunkka manages to give a full set of Jingu stacks over to Bob, then it shouldn't be too bad for the Kunkka. Although, as I say that, Bob does get the Jingu stack, so he should be able to sustain, but it's just down to the harassment. Like, Boundless is way too long in a cooldown for you to really effectively shove Yoe out, so should be just fine. I'm playing this lane with the good old Tidebringer, of course.
Tricky. Top lane, of course, we're having a look at Akashi against Tino and Shanks, and of course Ponyo is there on the tree to boot. It could be a little bit of a scary lane here for Akashi, but I suppose with the lead seed spam from Ponyo, you've just got this constant HP battery of Tino and Shanks here, and Ponyo can just walk over every couple seconds, just use that leech seed and just walk back to the small camp, and that's exactly what he'll do now. Just pull the wave back towards his tier 1 tower. Give Akashi the best start he possibly can. I think Shanks and Tino still have plenty of potential to kill off this PA if he does get caught with his pants down, but it may be a little bit challenging as long as Ponyo's nearby. Like, you really can't underestimate that lead seed. Though, as I say that, Ponyo is going to get jumped. With the tag team, they don't land all the Starbreaker hits they wanted, but it won't matter. Ponyo will go down. Shanks will secure first blood, and well, there you go. John Execration proving me wrong straight away.
Yep. And this is the laning combo that we saw from, I don't know, it was an NA team, it was a Chop Fire Rebellion. I think we had an interview, they said, yeah, they didn't know about this combination. They come in, and Greg's face. You have to respect the tag team and the Starbreakers. There's a lockdown. Bot getting a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, CML was getting quite low. Palos getting low himself as well in the Void. Both these heroes in Execration down at the bottom lane not having the best time against JoeCam and WS. WS has been having a very good qualifier thus far, so I'm not too shocked to see that Palos and CML are not quite able to keep up here against the Timbersaw. And well, I actually can't remember the last time I saw WS lose a lane in the qualifier. Johnny, he's just been very strong.
That he has. He's really improved his performance, building up on that time he had in Boom. And he's just making every single matchup 11 hell. And again, I love this build-up that WS goes for, going for the 1-1-0. No reactive armor, just going all in on offense, wanting to deal that damage early on. Just makes it so hard to feel comfy for Palos to just stand forward. Like, a lot rides on CML landing his spells to balance out that lane.
Well, that does. Ponyo, top lane again, gonna go down. Tino and Shanks just with that same combination of the tag team, plus the Starbreaker, proving to be more than enough here against the Train Protector. And well, Ponyo, he's the second kill of the game already. not very good news.
That's good news for Talon for sure. That's going to be a running start now lined up here for Tino. Should have a relatively nice time to build into his soul ring, keep spamming the spells, maybe even try to consider a Deso rush as well. And having that level advantage, of course, could lead to some
Akashi.
early uses.
Boy, oh boy, that was a real shame. Akashi just getting caught by Shanks, the tag team, and it's just way too quick. Like, he had nothing to blink to. There was no tree and protector to help him. He just died instantly.
Talk about this lane for Talon having to be played more like a ranged hero, just standing back, playing with a stifling dagger. Can't afford to give these openings out to the Dawn and the Tusk. And honestly, the top lane's playing pretty bad for Talon, even the mid lane. They always have 8 CS, as they are making moves down the bot.
CML gets hit by the Shadow Realm hit, and it is going to prove to be enough as WS just has no fear, still chasing Palos. Eventually will back away as top lane. They do finally punish Tino. Meanwhile, Yoe goes down in the mid lane as Bob and Shanks are able to find that kill. So just kills happening all across the map. Not really sure who's won out here, John, but it feels pretty good for Execration by the sounds of it.
That it does. They've got a 2-level lead now in Bob. Yoe is still level 3, about to hit 4. Bob's at 5, inching towards a 6. And this mid lane for Yoe has just been disastrous. 8-0 on the Kunkka. Bob 29-24. And Bob just playing aggressive every single time. He does have range advantage, technically, as a melee hero up against the Kunkka, so I suppose that factors into why Yoe is not able to come in for the Tidebringer. And they just control this lane well. So, okay.
Yeah, getting caught. He does have the Shadow Realm to try and buy a bit of time, but it's looking a little bit challenging as, well, he's going to keep going for a run. Ponyo actually showing up to tank all the ganks, and now Shanks and Bob are the ones that have gone a bit too far. As Yoe does rotate to boot, Bob will go down. Shanks, not looking too good for him either. It's now Shanks in trouble. Joe Cam, of all things, going to survive throughout all of this. And Shanks, slowly but surely, still going down. Still running. Still buying a little bit more time as the Brambles won't land. So Shanks, he actually gets out of it.
Yeah, manages to bail out. You're still very happy with that Bob kill, even if it costs a lot of rotations. Yoa need to find something at some point, and that kind of helps to compensate for a slower lane, but not completely. You're still in a really comfy spot here if you are on Execration.
Oh, Akashi.
Yoa's still gonna old.
Oh, Akashi, he's really confident. Gets the blink away this time. Ponyo just chasing down Shanks, but unable to keep up with the movement speed of the Tusk. It seems the lead seed finally comes out. Actually, Shanks should die. Akashi still being chased here by Tino. Will be able to barely survive. But this Dawnbreaker now extremely scary as bottom lane, WS being chased down. Is going to be fine. He'll turn around once again. Back towards Palos he goes. Palos, no time walk available. Goes for the creep wave instead. Ends up just dropping.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a tough time. Tough time.
Is Ponyo? Finds the Wisdom Rune. Shouldn't be able to be bursted down by Shanks as well, so a nice little steal from the side of Talon while all of those fights break out. It's a really even game. I feel like the biggest factor is still this mid difference.
Ponyo is going to go down. Nice easy pick off here. Does at least steal the Wisdom Rune. So like, the bright side is, like, he gives up his life, gets the extra XP though. It's, generally speaking, most support's going to be happy to sacrifice some souls for them. WS?
It's true.
About to fall, still alive, but not for long. Palos though, can he get away from this Dark Willow? He's going to keep juking through the tree line. Joe Cam, he'll run out of time with the Shadow Realm, and seems like Palos now, the aggressor, wants to move in. WS even rotating with the Solar Guardian. Looking for Joe Cam, but he'll miss the Celestial Hammer. That was a bit of a forced play, I think, from Tino and Palos. Now the Solar Guardian just kind of going to waste, and Tino will just have to run his way back up to the top lane through the Twin Gates.
Yeah, but you get so much space out on mid anyway. Mid tier 1 falls, Bob finds a DD, Bob's ready to play, has the Orb of Corrosion with a Power Treads and a casual Wraith Band, so they can start to hunt down. They're smoking out for this one.
Well, Joe Cam, it's alright. Ponyo. Little pass as well. Seems like Bob wants to go for Yoe. Yoe gonna cop the snowball. Bob with the double damage has so much damage available. And Yoe just gets deleted in the mid lane. Meanwhile, CML also dying down bottom on the Phoenix, but no, you just lost the Kunkka. You're not gonna mind that.
No, certainly aren't. And again, the big difference in this game for Talon from all the games we've watched is Yoe is having an atrocious time. He can't even rotate to get some impact in the side lanes. Look at Bob just hunting behind tier 2s.
Well, why not? Bobby, he's feeling like a big boy at the moment. Chase is on though. Torrent will not land on Bob.
Radiant's bottom
Walk
tower
away.
is under attack.
And actually might run into Akashi of all people. Akashi does not want to see this. Bob cannot believe his eyes. Gets away from the gank, finds himself a very, very high priority target, and Akashi has nothing to blink to. Centaur tries to help out, but it's no good.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Even the Centaur gave him 2 seconds to blink away, but there was just no creep wave.
And it's down to this forward vision as well from the side of Execration, setting up very aggressively up top, cutting off any farming areas that Akashi would want to safely play in. They haven't been able to shove in bot as well. They will try onto Bob, but Solar Guard stalls.
Yeah, they does. Bob's still going to go down though. Tino will move in, but Tino is kind of alone at the moment. The Terrorize is going to land, so Tino now in huge troubles. In the meantime, Palos also going down.
Radiant's
Oh, that's just terrible. All 3 cores across the map dropping, and now an extra support. WS just deleting them down a bot lane, fighting both heroes. And this is what feels like a turning point for Talon now, where the net worth exchange, it's certainly favoring them. And well, Execration, they're off to a fantastic start, but it looks like it's fallen apart.
That it is. And you had an atrocious start for Akashi, but Palos is having it way worse. And the farm of this faces Void is... It's probably going to be a bit slower than the PAs, considering that Akashi is just rushing into that Battle Fury timing here as well. And you know, as long as he isn't hunted down again, he should be fairly happy with that timing relative to the faces Void. This Timbersaw of WS, in doing as much work as it did in that last series, already has the Kaya up. So looking to just play damage. I love it. He's not even focusing on the tanking aspect. Again, he's just wanting to come in, wanting to burst these heroes down. Akashi could die in the same spot. They didn't de-ward here. They have vision, but they're not able to collapse onto that PA at the moment. So a little bit of rep breathe coming out. A 2k lead coming out from Talon. And eventually Yoe is just going to find his blade mail, try to build up. Tier 1 top falls. So again, having that forward reach into Akashi's area. Akashi could switch gears and start farming towards the bot jungle. They have the vision there. I don't think it's the safest option for him to still hanging around here. Doesn't have the HP to cop through all these spells if they throw them out.
Death at my hands is an honor.
Yeah, Akashi's going to be just fine. Execration. Just grouping up around the power rooms now. Bob will be able to find himself a nice arcade, and they are going to smoke off the back of that. Running down towards the bottom lane. Palos was being hunted by Ponyo. What do they actually do with WS? Like, this Timbersaw, even without reactive armor, he is pretty tanky and can prove to be a little bit slippery. Jumping from Bob, Ponyo. He's going to be the actual target. TPs are incoming though. Ponyo, can he get the overgrowth off? No, he cannot. He is down. Bob, however, Bob is taking way too much damage. They'll bring the Solar Guardian in to help out and keep him alive for now. In comes Yoe, but Jokam has already dropped as they are still hunting Bob, but Bob with the Mischief Dodge avoids the boat damage. It's 2 down for Talon. Akashi now showing up, wanting to find himself his own target. They'll move on to Shanks, but Shanks looking to snowball back to the neutral campers. Now he is down. WS finding themselves a pick-off. It like a pretty rough fight for Talon.
And it was on knife's edge. If they managed to get the overgrowth first, instead of just relying on the Terrorize, could have been maybe in Talon's favor, but just way too much burst to deal with Ponyo right now. They find a big target they want. That's the one here you need to really pin down. Because if this Treants alive, it makes it unsafe for you to go for Chronos. It makes it unsafe for you to go for these snowball plays. So Ponyo has to be really careful with his positioning here. 10 to 11, 1k lead still stands for Talon. Again, a very competitive game so far between these two teams. Echo Saber for Bob flying out now, so a little bit more reach and damage here for the Monkey King. And whereas for Talon, you're still kind of sitting back and waiting. Kakashi, Battlefield only the recipe away, but you can't afford to die here.
Oh boy, overgrowth out. Palos. Chrono is committed. He's going to try and use it defensively to run. But I think Akashi could consider the chase. Time dilation makes it hard. Phantom Strike was on cooldown, so they'll have to leave him be. Top lane, Jokam being watched right now by Bob and CML, but seems like they are going to have to leave Jokam alone. Or maybe not. Bob's thinking about going in. Here comes Shanks. They've got the snowball off. Shadow Realm is there though. Bob going to pop the Wukong's command, but the Terrorize is immediate. Cancelling off the Wukongs into the brambles, and now WS shows up. Bob! It's very big commitment for a support Dark Willow that you don't even kill off in the end.
That's a massive loss. Again, Bob had this great foundation coming out of the laning phase. Look at the net worth now. Bob is only 100 gold above Yoe, who had basically no game to play in the laning phase. Like, these debts are piling up for the side of Execration. It's allowing Talon a way back in for some of these cores that had a rougher start. It's allowing this snowballing effect for WS once more, going already has the blink on the Timber Saw. You already have the Battle Fury up for Akashi as well, so now you can truly flash farm on this TA. Palos still a million miles behind in comparison, like wanting to go into the Maelstrom to have a little bit of presence in the jungle, but even that timing's not going to feel great. So Talon, all they have to do is maybe minimize a few losses. Again, you kind of want to maybe give a little bit more priority onto Ponyo compare in these two supports, as the shard into Blink for the Treant feels pretty key. Beyond that, they've been set up to punish the side of Execration. It feels like whoever starts these fights ends up kind of having line. So maybe the play is to just sit back and farm and try to race there.
Bottom, Palos. He's safe. They don't have the overgrowth right now. It is 10 seconds though till he does have it back up. The top lane, Talon being very, very patient, waiting for somebody to show their face. Bob's going to be cautious. WS might... Oh, Bob. I don't know about this. He's going to try again onto WS. Terrorize is out, though, into the brambles. WS continuing for the chase. The Balance is never able to come out. They'll go after the Dark Willow instead. Jokam will go down. Execration, they do eventually get themselves a Dark Willow. WS, though, successfully able to chain TP up.
Yeah, and that's a lot of time committed out from Execration. A lot of resources dragged up top to save Bob, which again opens up this time for you to farm in your PA, for you to recover on Yoe, who's working onto the Ags now instead of a Heart, and for Akashi to hit that BKB timing. So you don't mind that kind of play, even if it sacrifices Jokam, because it opens up way more on the map. It's Execration that wants to be fairly aggressive. So regardless, although
Bottom lane. Ponyo, it seems like he just wants... CML will be the one to take it for Execration. They just want to commit the Chrono, get something going here for Palos, maybe a bit of split gold, and better than nothing, I suppose.
It is better than nothing. It does cut off your two ults though. At the very least, you still have Egg Wukongs, so that combination is still available. But that does mean if Palos does get caught out, he has no saving play for himself. So the team has to be ready to try to back up that Faceless Void. Talon clumped up on the mid. Siege is not the fastest for this lineup, so I'm not going to fully commit for that, but they are checking triangles, clearing out some camps. No stacks to steal. See how keen Execration are on a defense here. Again, Wukong's egg still available. He could try to defend this.
T1 mid tower. I don't think they can stick around. Jokam gonna force CML away. And there goes the T1. Towards the top lane, Talon rush too. It seems like maybe Tino could be targeted here. Is WS also going to show up? And they're just going to farm by the looks of it. They're not even going to bother chasing down Tino. He's more than happy to sit back and relax. Execration obviously don't mind right now because they are behind. Of course, they do have a Void after all, so you want to spend some time getting some farm up here on Palos. That's exactly what they'll do. Scan onto the Roshan pit just in case.
Radiant's middle tower is under
See, nobody's in the Roshan pit as of yet, but a fair call considering you do have a Tusk on the other side. Now Palos being hunted. Palos has scanned out. He'll know they're there. Palos still trying to run, realizing that Ponyo is probably right by his side. And Ponyo, he's got the overgrowth, but is he going to commit? No, not yet. And it's too late now. Palos barely able to get away. Very nice scan out from whoever committed it to give Palos that information that they were hunting him down.
Yep. Saves the day. Allows Palos to just regroup for farm.
Radiant's bottom
You
tower
do
is
still
under
manage to
attack.
hit some timings on Talon though. Full ags up for Yoa now. So the Torrent Storm is available. You have some BKBs to counteract that. Mainly on Tino, but you've got the disassembly BKB for Bob down the line. A little bit Bob.
Yeah, I mean, but, oh, they can't believe it. You know, Bob just jumped out of the tree. They couldn't believe their eyes. Just nobody wanted to commit. They just weren't sure he was still there. And when they did confirm, it was just too late.
And that's one of the things that we have seen.
Yeah, Bob gets caught anyway. Never mind, John. He's going to try for the Wukong's command, but he is just slowly burning. WS just trying his luck with a tree, and he gets the right one.
Yeah, that is one thing with Talon though. Like they do find a Bob kill, but that hesitation is something that we've seen a couple of times, where it does feel like sometimes in the calls it's either a little bit too jumpy. You know, it feels like they want to go in straight up, or it's a little bit behind. They don't make that snap call when they need to. Still, 5k lead piling up for Talon. Akashi and WS taking a good comfy lead over the other fours. Not a massive margin, but solid enough, especially when compared to Palos and Bob. BKB for Akashi not too far off. So handling this PA is going to be a lot tougher. It puts a ton of
Radiant
pressure
are scanning.
on Palos and trying to get these Chronos to pin him down, and a really good egg position from CML. And again, the water park's ready for Yoet when these bigger fights break out. Looks like they might look for something up top potentially. They do back off, and Execration are two there.
Shall see. WS. It's spotted. Palos who popped the chrono and immediately goes after Joe Camp. Solar Guardian going to be there to follow up. WS does manage to chain to the low ground, get away from that for a moment. As now, oh, they've got the Void. Bob, he's trying to move in to help out, but he popped the Wukongs instead of the Boundless. Bob, well, he's going to try and fight here, but I'm not sure if it's going to go too well for him. Boat is going to be out onto the Monkey King, and he is down. Oh, CML not making that either. WS right on target, finds a triple kill on the Timber. He went for the Wukongs instead of just popping the Boundless first, and how do you use the Boundless? I think he might have had time to allow the Void to time warp. But instead, the Wukong's first, and unfortunate.
That was unreal.
Very unfortunate.
Cost them a lot in Execration. Really good punishment out from Talon. Get WS just playing on the edge. Going for that chain down onto the low ground, dodging out the immediate stun from the Chrono onto Dark Willow. It's not the hero you want to pin. It's really, if you have to choose the supports, it's got to be the Strian. Because Joe Camp's not doing too much on that Willow anyway. It's just a bit of a bonus if he can get his spells off. And that just allows so much room for Akashi to just jump in and do damage. Like, Bob can't fully deal with the evasion on the PA, even with Wukong, so you can't really just focus down Akashi at the moment. Execration need to clean up their execution here, as it's Talon that's kind of dancing around him right now. Full Lotus Orb up on WS as well, so some armor coming in, some ways to protect up against some of these casts. And the Roshan opens up for the side of Talon. No Deso up on the PA, but it doesn't matter. They've got the output to deal with it. First Roach game going to Talon. No contest from Execration. And that's going to be a pretty rough time. Trying to find 2 lives on Akashi would be only easily said and done.
Akashi will take the Aegis for himself. Tips out from Yoe for some reason. And they go down towards the bottom tier 2 tower. Meantime, They'll take the torment for themselves.
Is under attack. Radiant
Bob will get
structures
himself a
are
free
falling.
shot. Do they let the bottom tier 2 tower go down? It seems like Talon don't even want it. They just want to go for a smoke. In the mid lane they go. CML, the closest target, WS just blinking right forward, but not able to find the Phoenix quite yet.
Misses out. Would have been a nice kill to find early. Definitely opens up the high ground to be simpler for Talon. Instead, they'll still be able to poke and prod at that tier 2, at the least.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The T2 tower not going to take very long at this rate. But this is without a Desolator up on Akashi yet. Just the Orb of Corrosion minus armor is what they're using here. And
Radiant's middle
it is gone.
has
Nice
fallen.
and easy. Palos, he's still desperately trying to get that farm up on the Void. Almost at the Manta style now, but he desperately needs it to try and avoid this overgrowth of Ponyo that just continues to ruin him every team fight. And speaking of the devil, Ponyo, about to find Palos. The Chrono committed immediately from Palos. No hesitation. Secures the kill, but now WS, he wants revenge. Meanwhile, mid lane, they found Yoe. That's a secondary target. Palos is able to TP away from WS while all that was happening. So 2 heroes going down here for Talon. Execration. Still signs of life from this Radiant team.
And they find a good isolation targets to go for. WS being split off from the mid, split off from Yoe. Means that the counterplay isn't really there. They didn't have to pop the Solar Guardian, don't mind too much. Tino is starting to ramp up in damage, going for his own Desolator now as well. You do have to be a little bit cautious of starting to play the split-up game on Talon. They are really strong in the clump op. Bob?
Oh,
What?
Bob. Oh,
Why?
boy. Yeah, look.
Why?
I think, I'm not sure what's happened with Bob this game, Dylan, but there's been a couple of questionable decisions.
I mean, he jumps off to clear out a sentry
Radiant's
ward.
bottom
Yes,
tower
he did.
is under attack.
Yes,
Then
he
jumps
did.
back onto a tree,
Yes.
and then gets the tree chopped by WS, and, well, that's
Correct.
Radiant's
Bob's your
bottom
uncle,
tower
as they
has
say.
Oh, that is what they say, Jonathan. Bob is indeed your uncle. In this case, a dead uncle. WS even got a gem off it. Top lane. Ponyo, feeling charitable himself now. Hands over a kill to Shanks at the top lane. Here comes Yoe. They'll find Palos. Bramble should lock him down, but no, the Void is safe for now. He'll be able to get away. Nice Manta dodge there on the X, I believe it was. Meanwhile, Egg being dropped in the mid lane. CML just kind of being left alone. Nobody cares about his Egg. Palos gonna go into WS. WS actually melting quite quickly, looking for a chain away, but can't get it. He is down. Here comes Akashi. He found Shanks. He's on a CML. That'll be a secondary kill for the PA. The hunt is still on for the Void. But Akashi, I don't know if he can do this on his own. Looks like it won't matter anyway. He's not gonna find Palos.
That back and forth trade is a little bit better for Execration, even though they were forced to use Egg. I think CML was trying to save himself. He was able to get a jump before that chase. Losing WS is a pretty big blow,
Has fallen.
and you can start to see the effect of maybe not having that reactive up, the physical output of the Faceless Void, and of the Monkey being on top of this.
Oh, Bob, I mean, he's got the Solar Guardian to help him out here from Tino. Akashi's still manning up through this. Palos is coming and trying to help out. Bob, oh, he's got the crit, but he can't reach. Bob is going to find the Aegis. Wukong's command out. The cavalry is incoming, but they've got the Chrono to ensure the PA gets locked down. And this time around, Bob is going to be able to set up a very good kill. Finding the PA twice, and even causing Ponyo to just leave the game. Now, Ponyo's had enough.
What is this decision making from both teams? It's I mean, Akashi trying to chase down solo is one thing. Bob jumping into the high ground a while ago. That's, I don't know. There's some really funky choices being made by both sides, and Talon, well, that doesn't lose them the lead. That does cost them momentum. Now going for the last outer tower is a little bit more difficult. You do at least have the Ags for Akashi on the respawn, so you'll have something new to play with there. Probably wants to have the shard as well. Let's see if they can clear out the Tormentor, and whoever gets lucky to have that pick up They need to play as a team in Talon. They can't afford to keep splitting up like this. Execration, while they do perform well in the clump ups, they can also perform a lot better in the pickoffs as well. A Talon needs to connect everything together to really feel good, even in pickoff circumstance, outside of just pure burst on the PA. So, have to kind of measure the time here. Still some reconnection issues for Ponyo. So, unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It certainly is.
Hi,
Oh,
yo.
I'm
so bored.
Oh, whoa, yo.
Daddy
Calm down, Yoet.
Bored.
Daddy chill.
Very nice at all from Yoet. Oh, here we go.
You're
Go on,
being
John.
looked for by someone. Someone is looking for you. Hanap ka ni ano, it's like you're being looked for by someone. That's
You were
my
doing
Yurang.
very well.
Yurang.
You were doing very well. I'm very
What is he
proud
wrong
of
me,
you.
John?
No, I think he's just typoing Yuragi. I have no clue.
Oh. What's Uragi got to do with this?
I don't know. Pub stuff, probably.
Oh.
These guys go out so many times. All of these guys in Manila keep meeting up. Of course, no one in Davao does anything. I messaged a Poi to go out. He just ghosts me until he needs something.
Oh.
Classic.
My goodness. Where is Poi anyway?
He's still here in my city. I think he's not flying out for a while. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
He will fly at some point. Where? Who knows?
They haven't announced his team, have they? No, they haven't.
No, they haven't. He will fly. He has wings.
I've heard rumors. It's very interesting. Very interesting stuff. Don't know how I
Man's
feel about
enjoying his
those
break.
rumors. Yeah?
I find it funny. Yeah, the imagery in my head is just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
One for another is what I'd
Oh,
say.
one for another. That's a good way. That's a good hint, Jonathan. Anyway, moving on. I think that's as far as you can take it. Ponyo.
Ponyo
said it,
by
not
the
me.
Sea.
Yeah. Ponyo.
Ever watch that film?
What's up?
Ponyo by the Sea.
No, Jonathan. I have taste.
It's a Studio Ghibli film.
Oh,
All right,
what is-
you're the arbiter of taste.
oh,
Look at you, Martin Scorsese of anime. Wow. It's film.
What's Ponyo by the Sea about, John?
It's about this sea spirit named Ponyo
Okay.
by the sea. That's it. What's the reason, Yoe? Yoe, what's wrong? Take your time. I wish you'd say diba. You can take my time here. That you're trying to guess. Wait. They're not together
You were doing
right now,
very
is
well.
what
You were
you're
doing
saying.
very well.
Palos,
I'm very proud of
Did
you.
you see that?
it's
Please
like
tell me
make
you
us
just saw
guess. Yoe
What the hell is even that?
says they look like they're gonna attack. You guys have a face of yeah, I just
this
want to
guy
attack
totally
us up.
knows what he's doing. Did you see that? Please tell
This
me
guy
you just
dank
totally knows what
memes.
he's doing.
References within references. Of course, these guys totally know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Last
Clearly.
day to buy those. Well, actually, I don't think you can buy them anymore when I check the main menu. So it's gone, guys. It's over.
Well, your chance
No more.
to buy the John X5 is now no longer available. Unfortunately.
Can you give us a live Mike LaPhoenix voice line? Right
What?
now.
I'm sick, Jonathan. You know I can't right now.
That's right. Your lines are very sick, Mike.
Oh.
Very sick. You are right. You are
What
correct.
were my lines anyway? I can't even remember.
We don't care. We
Oh.
don't care.
Wait, yeah, that was it was a lot. Anyway, oh goodness me. Can we go Ponyo?
No. It's by the sea. It's relaxing. I just realized I live in the tropics. I haven't been to the beach in 3 years. Maybe 2 years. It's kind of sad.
You live by the sea and you
Beaches are
haven't been
nice.
there in 2 years.
I haven't been there in 2 years.
Well, that is rather depressing, John. I must admit.
Well, I can't afford that.
What do you mean you can't afford to walk?
I'm chained
Dire
in
are
DC.
scattered.
All right, this is the casting life. It's in the NDAs. You get chained as they smoke up.
Okay. Smoke through the mid lane. Not obvious at all, Bob. It's a fast-moving tree, sir. Oh, goodness. It's so sad for Bob's moving faster than the Treant Protector as a tree. It's ridiculous. Ponyo. Oh, he's the closest target they could probably ask for here. Smoke broken. Dust is there. Raponio, he's fine.
I think the metaphor of
Dire's
Bob
middle
moving
tower
faster
is
to 3
under
with no
attack.
legs is just the natural evolution of trees is to just simply levitate like that. This is the future when nature takes its revenge on us. The trees will rise up. Bob is a figure of that.
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
A bit of a group up here mid lane, Talon. Grouping up, maybe a smoke to come here from Talon as they do belong to the team at the moment. Still a 6k advantage their way, and Chrono is down for 42 seconds. Nice tidal wave back on Tino. Use the Starbreaker shards to kind of get away from this, but no, it's just so much damage. Never even got a chance to pop his own BKB.
It just rips to shreds. You have to respect that whirling death, of course. Make short work of a strength hero like that Dawnbreaker. Have the opportunity now to try to look for more. Perhaps that tier 2 as Akashi's lined up solo up top. The rest of the team grouping up the bot, trying to stop. A little bit of a split push coming out. Roshan still a minute and a half away until we see that respawn timer. Probably the safest bet for both sides. WS?
The award's out from Palos. We've seen this situation before, though. Palos. Oh, Palos, you'd hate to die like this, Palos. It'd be rather unfortunate if you died, Palos, so you will be able to manage dodge the dagger, but WS is not done giving the vision over, and Palos is gone. Why are these calls dewarding for their support?
Why not?
Why are they
Complain
doing
about, of course,
this?
not carrying their own sentries. There you go. They carried a gem. They want to deward.
Oh, Bob, what are you
Toss him away.
doing? Bob's creep skipping at the moment. Bob pops his beat. Oh, no!
No.
Oh, Bob, come on now. I mean, he has the Solar Guardian to come. Tino's trying to help out, but WS is not done. Bob is gone. Tino now forced to BKB TP away. Ponyo luckily does not have overgrowth to pop this time around, so I don't understand why are they dewarding his calls, John? You know,
I don't know. Maybe the pause gets to you, and you're like, "This is a pub. I need to deward because my dumb supports run around, right?" As support, right? And they forget it's a lobby game. Ticketed up for qualifiers. 10 seconds till the respawn on Roches. Well, at the very least, the respawns will be there for Execration as well, so they can contest this one. And Talon haven't made too much inways on the map. Tier 2 still stands up top. And again, Roshan just freshly spawning. Line is drawn by Akashi, so seems to know the next play, but it's a daytime spawn, so it's down south. He is going to go through the gate. Execration can fight there. We haven't seen the full complement of their spells. And then look, Chrono into Egg with Wukong's follow-up after Solar Guardian right as Chrono fades. Like a perfect execution like that. Feels like it needs to come out. Smoke out from Exe. See if they catch something.
more wards out here from Ponyo. Gonna not see Palos yet. He was smoked up, but now they will. Overgrowth still on cooldown for 15 seconds. Palos trying to get some wards down. Oh, is that sentry ward out of range? Oh my god, it's out of range.
It's
Look
right
at that.
out of range.
It's right out of range. They can.
I think the
Do you
hat's
think-
sentry. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
this.
unfortunate.
Oh no, Palos,
is
no. This is so unlucky. This is just unfortunate. It's not fair. But Palos will survive a little bit longer, but the Torrent Storm connects. He doesn't know who to chrono. Who do I chrono? He's just dead. Oh, that is
Yikes.
so unfortunate. Oh my god.
That not just that. It's the ward, it's the positioning, and then the Torrent Storm cops him like 2 times. It's like, the game's working against you there. Unfortunate. Bob just gonna try to creep cut, it looks like. Try to prevent too much damage being done onto the high ground. Fortify is still ready for Execration. Talon not opting for the Roche. Instead going for that aggression. Force out the 1 Fortify. Again, at least one more creep wave will come in before Bob's creep cuts can kick into gear. So they have the time, they have the damage to go for one, possibly two sets of racks, as mid is still shoving in as well. And Execration, off the back of just one unfortunate sentry ward placement, find themselves on an extreme disadvantage now in this game.
You know what would have helped though, John? If they didn't lose that gem earlier with Palos, they probably wouldn't have needed that sentry ward, to be fair.
If they didn't lose the gem twice over.
That's
with
true.
Bob as well earlier on. Like the same spot. What is with this spot?
I
And
don't
the
know.
Execration players.
It's
Is it a
that true?
magnet? They can't help themselves.
Oh, Bob, he's creep skipping, but WS is there with the Hex out now. Oh,
Bash!
and the bash!
You're not loving life if
I-
you're Bob right now.
I can't believe it! I can't believe how unlucky are these guys getting!
That was a dagger first, dagger back.
Oh my god! I mean, what is happening?
That's called getting Phantom Assassin.
Yeah.
That's a Phantom Assassin moment right there. Certified, guaranteed. Into the Roche they go. They play it safe, or going only for the one racks. And now you have the Ags of Jokan. So you have this stupid Shadow Realm Ags ready to go. At the very least, he doesn't have too much right click yet. No Moon Shard, no Witchblade, no Octarine. But this is the start of potentially the most painful way to scale into the late game. You do have a piece of control coming out for CML with a Sight of Vice, but here comes Talon going through the gate, wanting to find more. See if they find a straggler here. Palos is pretty far forward.
That he is.
Dire
Palos, be
scanning.
very cautious here, sir. They'll smoke up. Akashi's gonna see him. They'll wait. Vision down. I don't think it's gonna matter too much if Palos gets jumped. WS moving straight in with all the confidence in the world. The snowball will save the void for now. A big balance strike landing on 3 targets as well. Ponyo is down. That is one gone. The egg will explode and now the chrono does come out. They've got WS in that. They'll focus down the timber first. Onto the Kuka they go. Yoe, he's in a bit of trouble. Akashi in the backside trying to find himself an easier target, but he needs to get out for now. In fact, never mind. What a tidal wave and a torrent stop from Yoe. He's taken down Shanks. Bob's in trouble to boot. Palos has just run. He's left the building. He's had enough of the fight. My goodness. And they want more. They want CML.
Radiant's current.
So CML should be okay to make it out.
Radiant's top tower.
Palos will just creep skip in the meantime.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That tier 2 top tower is gone.
Radiant's
It's the opening. No outer towers left for Execration. What looked like a decent start. Catching out Akashi, getting a decent egg. Egg doesn't pop while Akashi's within range. Just gets the bounce right out, forces out the chrono. Damage is missing at that point. And now high ground begins. Aegis is gone. Sure, you still have the cheese ready on Akashi as we get a pause. Ponyo!
Yeah, Ponyo's
Maybe
no
move away from the sea.
Ping issues, apparently.
This guy totally knows what he's doing.
You know what?
So
I can always stand in if they want. You know, I'll take over for Ponyo.
Daddy, chill.
I'll do it.
What? The meme's subbing in Mike now?
You know what, John? Before this qualifier started, I considered joining the open qualifiers just for the lols, just to show off a little
I was
bit.
about to.
Were
I was
you
about
really?
to do it in Western Europe with Neon stack.
What? Western Europe?
Yeah, that was after Open Qualifier 1 of Seed. They were like, hey guys, sign up. We need one more. I'm like, alright, I'll jump in. Then they're like, alright, we can't sign into one guy. And say, alright.
Okay.
Would have owned
Of course.
Southeast Asian Dota.
That's why I was shocked you were taking the easier path in Western Europe. But there you go.
I wanted to do hard mode and NA, but
Of course.
you know, time zone difference.
Ah, what can you
Doesn't
do?
quite work out.
What can you do? It happens. Yo, where? Oh, Dino. Nice tidal wave. Into the Dawnbreaker they go. Oh, you know, Akashi, the thing is, Blade Mail does return damage, so you can't do that. Yoe's in trouble now. Yoe never even threw out the boat, so Yoe's down. So this is why PA is not too popular at the moment, John, is Blade Mails get built left, right, and center, and luckily only one Blade Mail on the side of Execration. Problem is that was the target that Akashi was hitting.
And his BKB is in the backpack on cooldown. Couldn't pop the cheese, the chain control came out. So, I have to watch that. You only have one defensive item on this PA. You don't have anyone throwing anything like Lincoln's, Lotuses up to prevent that Hex as well. That does buy some time for Execration. Melirak stays alive, mid still intact. And they get some hefty gold off the bounties of those two heroes here. Talon keeping bot shoved in. Next Roshan still a long ways off. He's not going to be able to for that, but they need to play together as a team. They have to watch these Hex pickups. Like that Hex and CML is just giving a lot of opportunities out for Execration to actually find these windows to burst these targets down. Mind you, I mean, as the game scales on, Jokam, he's working on to his Windbreaker. Love to see an Octarine Moonshard just because he went Ags. And even if you find PA, let's say this game drags on for 30 minutes. Even if you find the PA, you kind of have to start worrying about the Dark Willow. If you can find your opening Execration in the next 10 minutes, it's a little bit more manageable. But if you just stall, you know, if these kills don't amount much to the map control, then I don't know if Talon gets any less comfy as time goes on here. I mean, you're going to scale nicely on pretty much all these heroes.
Going out, I mean, 16k advantage. I think we're waiting for the next Roshan now for these two sides. And
Radiant's middle tower.
I suppose it's going to be quite a while for that to come up. See if Talon do decide to take their time with this high ground attempt, or whether they just go for it. Execration, of course, just remaining in their high ground for now, accepting the free time they have. In fact, never mind. 5-man smoke up. Palos is running through the bottom lane by himself. The rest of his team through the mid lane. It's like Palos will just throw some illusions out to try and clear out the creep wave. In comes Talon. WS, more than happy to jump in first. Will not do so yet. Shows on the creep wave. We'll delete the creep wave completely. Oh, it's this cliff again, isn't it? This damn cliff. Execration, you can't fight around this place. It's bad luck. We've established this. Go get some vision down. And it seems like Talon will leave this area.
Yeah, that's fine. They weren't dewarding. They were planting their own wards. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Roshan's still 3 minutes away. Execration finding what farm they can in that time period. Lincoln's being built up. You know, not too much L left. Maybe the Ags build up. One instead. And you've got Bob going for the MKB now, which it's a little bit surprising. You have no break outside of just this Hex window. Kashi's going to be feeling pretty good. They're still by this cliff area. Why are they so attracted to this area? They love this place.
It's a good part of the map, John. You know, you got the, what is that, the well or some crap? The well wishes. 1.5 mana per second around this area. Very pod. WS. Moving in, you can see him. Will show himself, in fact. Chain away from WS immediately as now Shanks jumps in, but also misses out. They got the Void. Terrorize does land on Palos, and Palos is gone. Palos dead as Tino's moving in. They've bought back. They're going to try to commit fully to this team. However, they have lost Tino on the Dawnbreaker now without buyback available. And CML, meanwhile on the backside, look at Chrono has caught Akashi, so Akashi is down. He will not buy back. Meanwhile, Bob trying Ponyo, but he's in danger now. Akashi does indeed buy back afterwards, as they do lose Bob. So a 4v3 situation with buyback is available. Bob. Where's Palos? Oh, Palos. He's in danger. He's alright now, though. He'll time walk away. Tidal wave. They'll drag Shanks back. Shanks, it looks like he'll be going down for the cause.
Would have been dicey. WS just playing like blinking everywhere, breaking up this position for Execration. Onto the high ground they go. Fortify forced out. No creep wave to clear out here, and the bot creep wave just massive, already pouring in, bypassing back door. Looks like it could be Megas. No Chrono, no Ace up their sleeve here for Execration, but none of their team fight spells up. Even with this buyback for Akashi, it looks very nebulous that they'll find punishment. Talon Just gonna find these megas. Good spot by
boy.
WS again.
The WS, he just knows. He can smell it. He can smell the monkey in the tree. Talos jumping forward, but just doesn't know what to do with himself here without a chrono up, and now against the megas. It is very hard to try and defend. The T4 towers are falling. They jump in, X out immediately. Tito's been caught. Terrorize is perfect. Boat will fly in. Everyone just melting. GG is called. They have seen enough as they get completely wiped. Talon will take game number 1.
In pretty back and forth performance. We saw some good openings coming out there from Execration, but Talon, they get access to some of these specialties. Again, WS has just been